Do you want the exact script formula that I have used to generate 5 billion views on social media videos? Stick around, we're gonna get into it. Okay, before we get into everything, please make sure to click the subscribe button and hit the little bell next to it so that you get notified when we go live or post a new video. Okay, so let's get into this. We have driven 5 billion plus views on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of these channels using this one specific social video methodology. I sort of developed it when I was running the big video teams at New York Magazine and lead producer at Business Insider. And when I was running all those teams at NowThis, we had to come up with a way to churn out viral video literally all the time. So how do you churn out all that video? You need like a methodology. So I developed it over the years based on what I thought that people were sharing the most. And that is our currency. Shares are our currency. That's what's really important about this method. It's all about what gets shared, not what gets viewed. Shares lead to views, but we want it to get shared because that's what virality is. So that's what the scripting methodology is. So let me take you right through it. So the first thing that you need is a hook. So the hook can be a hook shot, which is like a visual hook. It can be something that blows you away in the feed. If you have access to really good video, you blow people away with that. Now, if you don't have that, and I get that not a lot of people always have that. I mean, you're making video in other sorts of formats, or it's a blog style video. It makes a lot of sense. So when you're doing that, you just need to come up with a killer headline. This headline uses something called the seed system, and I have a video on that. I'm going to link to it in the description. But the seed system basically is specificity, empathy, emotion, and deliver, and that helps you decide which content to create and how to pump it out and how to get it to a place where people are going to click and watch the crap out of it. It's a framing device, right? So you want a very specific headline that pulls on empathy. So you fly that in directly on screen right off the bat if you don't have good visual footage. You're probably going to use it even if you do have good visual footage, but even if you don't, fly it right in. The whole point is thumb stopping, right? You're scrolling through your phone, you're doing all these things, you're distracted. We do not have time with our analytical mind to actually process whether we should watch this video or not. There's our brain that makes decisions like, should I have a ham sandwich today or should I have a turkey sandwich today, right? But we don't have time to make that decision when we're just scrolling through our Facebook or Instagram feed, right? The only thing we have time to do is feel something like we feel some sort of emotion, right? These two things do that. So the headline cuts to the empathetic core and gets you right directly in it, or the visual footage like knocks you back and blows you away. So the second thing that you want to have in this is the most shareable piece of information. A lot of people make the mistake of, let's say you're telling a story of some woman in South Carolina that did something incredible. And you might have a great headline. So your headline that you fly in says something like, this woman in South Carolina cured a rare form of disease. That's all wonderful and great, but then the second thing that they'll put in their social video script will be something like, her name is Rhonda. She lives in a suburb of Charleston. It's boring, right? I mean, you're losing me. If you've ever looked at the engagement graphs on Facebook and Instagram video, it's like people just leave. So you want to make sure to, of course, keep them as much as you want, but you also want to make sure that they're sharing it as early as possible in the video. That's super, super important because a lot of people will share this video before watching all of it. A lot of people will share it before watching 15 seconds of it. So if you keep the best stuff for last, then you're missing out on a huge opportunity. The same thing goes for the hook shot. Your best footage, your absolute best footage, your best facts, your best everything goes right up front. It's front loaded. Basically, you get 100 to 80% of people watching this content so they can take all the valuable actions you want them to take on the video. If they get all the way to the end, then you're saying, okay, well, all the great content is at the end. That means only 10% of people are going to see that. And so what's the point of that, right? So then you want to go into the second most shareable piece of content. Again, take everything you know about storytelling and just throw it in the trash can. Because what we want to do is front load all of our great stuff and then work our way down. We want to continue to add value and keep people engaged, obviously by telling a good story, but you want to make sure to have the most shareable content right at the beginning. So you have your hook shot or your headline right off the bat. Then you have your first most shareable piece of information, then your second most shareable piece of information. Only then can you get into the details, like her name was Rhonda. So you're getting into those details a little bit here, and people are already invested. They've already bought in. You've given them so much interesting stuff. They've maybe already shared it and probably are still watching. so you continue to bring them through, right? This is where the meat of your story goes. And again, this is a methodology for short videos. So you can use it for everything from stories about something a woman in South Carolina did to a blog tip video about 5 hacks to arrange your basement or something like that. It can be used for all those types of videos. So then the last part is really making sure that you deliver, or over deliver more specifically, an extra layer of value. I go over this a lot in the hero system, and I have a video on that. I'll also put that link in the description. The hero system, the last step in the hero system is over deliver. You have got to over deliver. There's so much content out there that in order to actually compete in this landscape, you need to bring it on an editorial level. It's not about how good a filmmaker you are. It's about how well you can tell a story and follow the method that I've just taught you in this script. Literally, if you're just telling a story, just give an extra layer of value. Extra 5 minutes of Googling, a little bit of context. What's next for this? Has this been done before? Just give it an extra 5 minutes of thought in a way that you can add an extra layer of value so that this piece of content stands out. There's nothing new, right? There's billions of hours of video being uploaded to these platforms every single minute. How are you going to compete with that? You just do 5 minutes of extra work to over deliver, and you structure your scripts this way. Do you think that you can find a way to work this into your Facebook and Instagram videos? Leave me a comment below. If you're doing it already, send me a link in the comment below. I would love to see it. Please let me know if you have any questions about this. I'm totally down to answer any of them. Please make sure to subscribe, hit the little bell, like the video, all the things, and we'll see you in the next one.